Hi, I'm Deb Wheaton, founder of Gluten-Free Prairie, and welcome back to the Gluten-Free Prairie Test Kitchen. So, when my daughter and I were diagnosed with celiac disease in 2005, it didn't take long for us to create a list of all the things that we missed. And one of the things we missed the most made it almost to the top of the list, which was a great gravy. So, right now, tonight, we're going to make our gravy, and I'm going to start with 2 cups of chicken broth, Gluten-Free Prairie oat flour, which is right here, some garlic, just a bunch of seasonings I put together. You can use any bit of herbs and spices that you want. And I'm on hold here. I've got a little bit of whipping cream to see if I want it a little thicker. My favorite safflower oil, which is grown right here in Montana, and a little bit of better than bouillon. So I'm just waiting for my drippings to heat up here. You can use, I've got some pork drippings tonight. You can use any drippings that you want. While they're heating up, and I want to get to about 350 degrees, I'm going to add, 2 cups of chicken broth. I'm going to add 2 big tablespoons, maybe a little more, of gluten-free prairie oat flour. We're going to whisk it together. While I'm doing that, I want to give a shout out to my Uncle Dick, who taught me how to make gravy when I was still eating wheat flour in his cabin after a weekend of hunting. The whole family was there, and he taught me how to make it, and it's a tried and true recipe that I never thought could be gluten-free, but now I know. All right, so I've just got the oat flour and the chicken broth, and I'm gonna pour that in. That's the sound I love. So that is on. Gradually adding that right onto the drippings. I'm letting it bubble up in between, because now we're cooking the oat flour, and it's starting to smell really good. This does not take much time at all. And I could double or triple this recipe if I wanted, just using that same ratio. And the recipe is on the website as well. Okay, so now I'm going to take a moment so that it all heats up in here and starts bubbling again. I'm going to do this for about 5 minutes. So I've integrated all my liquid now, and I've been stirring about 5 minutes, and now we're really starting to look like gravy and smelling delicious. And so now I'm going to add about a tablespoon, maybe a little more, of garlic. And you can add as much garlic or no garlic, whatever you want. Once you got the basic gravy down, you can add anything to it. And it's very forgiving. These are all of my herbs. So one of my favorite herbs right now is tarragon. So I've got some tarragon in here and some white pepper, some rosemary, and again, you can add whatever you'd like. Right? And then the last thing, and it's continuing to thicken, of course. The last thing, I've got about a teaspoon of better than bouillon. And this is the low sodium version. It's one of my favorite, just kind of adds a full body taste to the gravy. And and I add it almost every time. Right? So you can see it's thickening up here, looking really beautiful. At this point, if I wanted, I could go ahead and add some onions, sauteed or raw, some mushrooms, just honestly, whatever kind of suits your fancy. All right? And I don't know that I really need it, but I'm going to add a little bit of whipping cream. I like the kind of that silky mouthfeel from a little extra fat. Then I'm going to turn this down. Oh, and I do want to mention, I'm using an induction burner, and I've got my absolute favorite pan on the planet, which is my Lodge cast iron. If I had to have one pan for the rest of my life, it would be the Lodge cast iron. And because it's pure iron and it's magnetic, that's why I can use the induction burner. Oh boy. All right, now it's time for a little bit of a taste test. I know it's going to be super hot, but you can see that, oh man, look at that. It is, oh, so, yes. So that is gravy. Gluten-free prairie oat flour. We're available on Amazon and lots of other places. You know where to find us. Thanks for stopping by today.